Hey everybody, welcome to Local Business Hacks Podcast. I'm your host, Carl Case, and I'm on a mission to help you. Every week, we're going to be talking to local business owners and experts to get their best tips, tricks, and hacks to grow your business. This show is designed to teach you, inspire you, and motivate you to take massive action and start to build your future-proof business. Whether you're just starting off or you're taking your existing business to the next level, this episode is for you. So let's get started. Hey, local business hackers. I'm your host, Director of Global Business Dev at Referrizer, joined today by the co-CEO and co-founder, 20 plus years in the fitness industry, Alejandra Font. Welcome to Local Business Hacks.
Hi, thank you. You make me sound so old with the 20 plus years.
Just experience.
Tons of experience.
Yeah. Alejandra, we would love to know what got you to this point in your career.
Yeah, thanks. So happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I found fitness kind of later in life. I had just had my sons, my two boys. I was about 31 years old and I was ready to have my own physical transformation. So it really started on that end first, really changing physically. I was never really overweight, but I just was not happy with the physique that I had. So I started investigating, figuring out how it is that I need to eat properly. What is it that I need to do as far as workout goes? And I became a local expert. All of a sudden, I had people in my local LA Fitness approaching me and asking me for tips and asking me to train them. I started a healthy cooking blog. And this was probably in 2004, 2005. And I was just giving out information. I was training people for free. I was posting healthy recipes online for free. And then my husband and I had a business and we were not passionate about that business whatsoever, but whatever, we kept going because it was paying the bills and we were actually doing quite well. And then 2008 hit and we ended up filing bankruptcy. That business closed and we walked away from that business opportunity that we had. And we were actually quite relieved, even though we were going through a really tough time financially because we had closed the doors to our business. We had kids, a mortgage, 2-car payments, and we had zero income. But we thought, okay, this is an opportunity to really monetize our passion. And I had been getting into fitness in a very big way at that point. And I thought, I want to open a gym. I want to open a boot camp style gym. And that's really kind of how it all started.
Amazing. Take one of the lows and turn it into what apparently has become a high. So talk to us about how you turned this boot camp style idea into a thriving fitness brand.
Sure. So initially I figured, my husband and I thought, and we had actually had a partner when we started. We thought, okay, we're going to open this and maybe have 5 gyms in the local area. We knew that we wanted to be different at the time. The boot camps that were popping up were in the park. And we thought, no, let's rent a space. Let's give people more than what they're seeing out there. And within a couple of years, we opened in 2010. By 2013, we had 3 locations. And then by 2014, we started being approached by our clients wanting to franchise. And we're like, franchising? What's that? What is that? So we actually dragged our feet. We didn't take anyone up on that for a while. We started franchising in late 2016. That's when we became a franchise company. So it was really just because people had gone through a major transformation with us, body transformation, because we're the original home of the 20-pound challenge, the 60-pound challenge. So they saw major transformation and they thought, I want to offer this in my community as well.
Congrats. And talk to us about how people can find the camp. Where are you guys located? What's the best place for them to get started?
Sure. So we are out of Southern California. We are in several other states, I think 13 other states, but we are very well known in Southern California, out of Chino Hills, California, thecamptc.com. If you want to get more information on us, if you want to get information on membership or on franchising, that's where you can find it.
Awesome. The Camp TC people. Alejandra, switching gears, going from business owner to business inventor to category creator on the 6-week challenge that everybody listening to this show has heard about. Talk to us about some of these hacks that you've learned along the way that you'd hate for somebody to have to learn the way that you did.
Yeah, for sure. So many, right? There's so many different opportunities to learn and so many things that we had to go through. Our learning curve was like crazy in comparison to what our franchise partners go through now, obviously. But I think really understanding people and that your team is really what's going to make the difference in your success or not, or really how you lead your team. The way you think, the way you lead, and the way you serve is going to make the biggest difference in having a successful business and a business where you're struggling and having to do absolutely everything. Really not a business, but a job. So really understanding people, leading them, developing them, being their friend, creating trust within them or reciprocally, like having them trust you and you, of course, trusting them, creating opportunities for them, creating a space where where they can reach their goals and dreams, and whether it be within your organization or doing something completely different, but you kind of helping them to get to that point, facilitating it for them.
Awesome. Is there a story that really solidified that for you or taught you why you had to start implementing that immediately?
Yeah, I mean, initially I'm old school. I'm 51 years old. So I come from an environment when I was working that you go in, you do your job, and you don't talk back. You just do what you're supposed to do, right? What you're expected to do. But I quickly found that my personality, I'm like very, very nice, very understanding and empathetic and stuff. So I can't really be that type of boss. So I realized quickly that when we started growing, I saw people wanting more. They didn't want to just be a front desk rep or a personal trainer leading classes. They wanted more opportunities. And it was kind of like, okay, as I studied leadership, I realized this is what is needed of me. This is what people are going to want of me. And I have the perfect opportunity to hand it to them. So as a result of that, of course, we were at points where we felt forced to open more and more corporate locations just because we needed to give opportunities to all these people that were so talented and ready to move on to help us grow. And also, many of these people have actually bought into the franchise. Once they managed locations for us, they thought, okay, I'm ready to go a step further and actually have my own. So we have probably a good 15 plus. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I love those stories. And these are people that started as clients, moved on to team members, and then now ownership.
It's amazing. That's a testament to the brand and the leadership role. So congrats on showing people the path. I am always proud to say that at Referrizer, I believe on my team now, our average employee has been with us for over 4 years.
That's awesome.
And for a fully remote software company supporting people all over the globe, to be able to say that is really proud. So yeah. I definitely can relate to you, and that's awesome. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah. And congrats to you guys, because especially in today's environment, I get resumes and I see people stay like 8 months, 12 months. It's like, what the heck? There's like no longevity. It's crazy.
Yep. Hopefully that shift is happening. 2024. How exciting. Alejandra, talk to me about your role as co-CEO and how you guys focused on the 6-week challenge. How do you, as co-CEO, have influence or test different offers and incentives? Because I can imagine that there's a plateau that studios reach after X amount of days doing the 6-week challenge and are forced to make a change. How do you guys test that in your space?
So we do a lot of different client surveys. We actually just completed a marketing survey. And it's funny, people have the market has been saturated with the 6-week challenge or the 20-pound challenge. But we still find that human beings at the end of the day need a transformation, whether that be physical or, especially in today's environment, mental. And that's a lot of what we provide. So definitely the transformation in terms of dropping body fat or gaining muscle. But we see that everyone needs to improve and feel good about their mental health. So not only is there a need for exercise, working out and strength training, losing weight, eating properly, but also their mental health. That's a huge component of what we offer. In the past, we didn't realize that it would eventually benefit us so much, especially after COVID. There's been such a focus on that. So we know that people at the end of the day still need all these tools, and that mental health component is just an added benefit. But people needing to lose weight is not going away. If anything, people are even more aware of it now. It's interesting. COVID had such an effect on us. Obviously, everyone in the fitness space, we closed down for about 3 months in California. But the demand once we reopened was so intense, and we're seeing people that we had never seen in our gyms, like the demographic that we had never really seen in our gyms. So it's a huge advantage. The space is totally booming right now. There is a ton of competition in the boutique space, and we're not going to back down on what we know best, the fundamentals, and that's weight loss, that's transformation, and a bunch of other things that we offer, our 5 pillars that we offer, starting with making people feel special. That's one of our guiding pillars. But weight loss is where it's at. And we see it, not only do we believe it, but we see it based on our surveys that we take. So it's not just anecdotal, it's facts.
I love that you're getting it from customers as well. There's no better word than from somebody yourself, or from somebody that's really experiencing it for themselves. So that's awesome. Alejandra, are you a reader or more of a podcaster?
Both. I do a ton of audibles. I'm always consuming audibles or podcasts as well, or physical books as well. But actually, it's so much easier to consume so much more content just by listening to it.
That's awesome. Well, I'd love to know some recommendations that you have for either listening, reading, watching.
For sure. So I love reading about female founders. You know, the founder of Drybar, the founder of Kendra Scott, I've read their books, the founder of It Cosmetics, love those types of reads. I also am a huge fan of Howard Schultz, the founder of Starbucks. Pour Your Heart Into It is one of my favorites, although he has a ton of good ones. Bob Iger, also the Ride of a Lifetime, the CEO of Disney. Amazing, amazing book and information that you can get from it for anyone. Not only do you have to be leading a company for it, but it's just great information. And then as far as podcast goes, my favorite is probably How I Built This. It's on NPR. Highly recommend it. He interviews founders. You will hear founders from all across the board, Lululemon, Edible Arrangements, like a ton of different founders. It's very, very interesting. Love to hear those stories and kind of understand that we all go through some of those very tough times, even when you see a company like Lululemon, who is, billion-dollar company, several billion-dollar company. They also go through the trials and tribulations that a small guy like us.
I am yet to meet a founder that didn't go through it. That's worth meeting. But yeah, it's always amazing hearing everybody's different trials and tribulations to get to this point. It's quite incredible.
Yeah, totally. It makes you realize, like, okay, I'm not alone.
Undoubtedly. Before we wrap up, I'd love to know, over the years, how has your morning routine changed, and what is it now that you find to really set your day up for success from the start?
I'm a organizer and I'm a person of routine. I love a good routine. I start my day at 4 a.m. I focus at that point from like 4 to 5:30. I focus on personal development. I'll take online courses and different things that I buy, or I read, or just something that will help me in my business. I focus my time there. I also journal at that time. And then I get ready to go to the gym. I'm at the gym by 6:15, work out, go home, get ready for my day at the office. And I'm at the office Monday through Friday. That's my routine, Monday through Friday, typically. Yeah. And I love it. I'm obsessed with it. If I don't do it, I don't feel like good. I feel a little off.
You're my 6th person that's in the 4 a.m. club.
Really?
And
yeah, 4 a.m. There's something about 4 a.m. that the house is quiet. No one's bugging you. No one needs anything from you.
Yeah. You know what I think is wild is that I'm trying to think back. I don't know anybody that's in the 4 a.m. club whose logos or colors don't have red, white, and gray in them.
Really?
I'm thinking, yeah.
Okay.
You 4 a.m.ers have so many commonalities. It's awesome. I love that the consistent journaling and always the personal development or the gym first thing in the morning. It's amazing. I recently started biking to the beach at 6 in the morning, but we're trying to get pushing a half hour early every month. So we'll get to 4 a.m. eventually.
Good for you, though. That's amazing that you're even doing that. That's awesome.
Thank
Most of the people in the world don't do anything about their physical fitness or movement.
It's amazing living on the beach in Florida, how there's like 4 or 5 people in the morning that go to see the most beautiful sunrise every day. I'm like, where's the rest of these millions of people? But
Yeah.
we're waking up slowly.
Yeah. No, good for you.
Thank you. Before we wrap up with my last question, just want to remind everybody that Referrizer is our sponsor. If you need anything referral marketing related or want to understand more data about where you acquire members from and how to keep them longer, head to referrizer.com and schedule a call with the team. Alejandra, getting back to business. If you were going to have dinner with a historical figure from the past, who are you eating with and what are you talking about?
I think it would be Margaret Thatcher, the prime minister, years back from England, because not in terms of policy, I could care less about that, but just the fact that the way she led with so much poise, with so much courage, grit, the way she was able to stand up to so many people, I find that very inspiring, especially being a woman in business. I've been in situations where people will overlook what you're saying. A man will overlook what you're saying. And it's interesting. I think about what she probably went through. I'm sure it was very difficult. So yeah, I think I would love to pick her brain to see how she dealt with it and how she was able to be successful in that role.
That's amazing.
That meant so much.
Alejandra, congrats on being a badass mom, business owner, leader, and women making a difference in this world. We're so excited to continue to follow you and really appreciate your vulnerability and opportunity to share with the world your story. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Carl. I appreciate your time and inviting me. Very much enjoyed it.
See you guys. Thank you so much. That's it for this week's episode. I hope you found it helpful. Be sure to head over to our site, local-business-hacks.com, to check out the show notes and send me questions or ideas for future episodes. If you want to grow your business, just like the people you've heard from here, follow Local Business Hacks Podcast and tune in for new tips, tricks, and tactics. Until next time, thanks for listening and keep hacking.